Okay, here's a lovely salad for today. This is a summer salad with bells on. It's a lobster salad, but it has beautiful tomatoes, fantastic melon, some elderflower, and it's vibrant and bright, and it belongs at Trinity. Stick around. Okay, so the first thing is to get these lobsters prepped. Just dispatch them really properly, straight through the head, finished. Keep the claws like that. I tie the two bodies together to keep them nice and straight, so I've got lovely straight collops at the end of it. Okay, so we've got our court bouillon, we've got our lobster, we've got our claws. This all goes straight into this boiling pot here. Goes in like that. Now, trick to this is, how long does that cook for? It's very simple. Into boiling, must be boiling. Turn that heat off over here. And then we're just gonna put a lid on that, but not just a lid. I'm gonna put cling film as well. And that, because it's then completely sealing that in. What I'm going to do is let that cool down to a point at which I can put my hand in there and pick the lobsters out again. So it's not hot, it's getting all the way down. So it's going to take 40 minutes to cool right down. Leave that there, let it cool down, your lobsters will be perfectly cooked. Okay, so the next part of this recipe is tomatoes. We've got these Breton tomatoes. We tend to sort of move around with tomatoes. We start with the Isle of Wight tomatoes that come out really early, then go to Brittany, Breton tomatoes, then down to South France, over to Italy and Sicily for some amazing tomatoes as well. Just sort of move around to where the sun is and the best tomatoes are. And at the moment, this is kind of very early June we're filming this, so the Breton tomatoes are just beautiful at the moment. They've got that fragrance, they've got the vibrancy, but they're still quite acidic. You have to sort of bear that in mind when you're making the dish. I just love cutting tomatoes onto a plate. Really sharp knife, I think it's very important. What I'm trying to always do when you see this, I'm trying to not cut through and let them bleed out. I just want to cut through the sort of the main strain of that tomato and keep those nice shapes all the way. I put them on a plate and we're just going to marinate those, and I would be doing this 2 hours, 3 hours before you want to make the dish. So they really sit there and they bleed out and they just take on all that olive oil and the elderflower vinegar we're put in there as well. I'm just looking for sort of random shapes. You see that? I'm just cutting through nicely just to get random but even size shapes. And I think that's very important to go through, but I'm not, you see the whole board is not covered in tomato liquid. That's really important, I think. So it all stays inside the tomato. Let's have a nice, love those ones. These have got a very sort of sweet taste to them as well. They're softer. I think at this stage for a salad like this, I'm not looking to peel these tomatoes. I'm just looking to keep them nice and whole as well. But I am using the sort of, lose that, but I am using all the shape of that tomato to keep nice even shapes of them. There you go, absolutely beautiful. Right, let's season those very importantly. Nice Maldon sea salt on there. Then this needs really good quality olive oil. This is the best quality I've got, so we use this on here really nicely. And then this is elderflower vinegar. So this is Chardonnay vinegar poured over elderflower and just let it to steep for. Keep it in jars, whatever, keep it as long as you like. And that goes in there. You want these tomatoes to sit for at least an hour, give it a couple of hours, and the juice that comes out of there, that's the magic. Okay, the next part of this little story is melon. This is a Charente melon, probably my favorite melon. Take out the seeds, get rid of that. There. Then we're going to take this, which is a Parisienne scoop. I'm just going to make some lovely circles, balls of melon. Takes you right back to that retro melon ball. That would have been a starter, you know, Sam, back in the 80s. That was a starter. Melon balls, maybe a little bit of ginger. A glass of juice was another starter. Right, we won't need that, but what we will need to do is take this and then just scrape out all this excess. I'm not going to waste any of this because we're going to make a water out of this melon and all the tomato trimmings. And that water is going to form the base of our dressing. This is going to be a really key element to this salad at the end. It's almost like making a sort of gazpacho. Now, Okay, these I'm gonna compress them. I'm gonna vacuum pack them, which is gonna tighten up all the cells of that melon and just give them a really lovely crunch and bring all that color out as well. You don't have to do that, but it just is gonna help with this salad. Thank you. Right, into that melon trimming, it's gonna go a little bit of tomato, just to roughly chop. We're gonna blend that and make a water out of it. So I want a variety. I want some of the sweeter tomatoes for this. Any trimmings you got, this is just getting blended, so just in there. So tomato and melon water in there. We need to season that because we need it to bleed out nicely, and we need a little bit of olive oil in there as well. That like that, a bit of olive oil. So melon, you could put a bit of herb in there as well, but I kind of don't want to confuse it too much. In there, nice salt in there as well. Salt's really important. That's going to bleed out all the tomatoes and the melon. Turn that into a water. Going to blend it, pass it through a muslin cloth, and that's going to give us a really sweet tomatoey, melony water. Leave that to marinate like your tomatoes for about an hour. Right, next stage. A lot of stages in this one. Okay, so to make this tomato water, we just need a nice little blender like this guy. In goes the tomatoes and the melon, the olive oil, salt, all been sat there nicely. In it goes, lid on, like so. Nicely, and that's just going to go. Nice blend. You want to blend that as far as you can, and then we're going to hang that over muslin. So a very fine cloth. Use wet tea towel if you want. And quite important to make a tea towel out of that though. It's going to give me almost like that clear tomato water that I can then use for my dressing. Delicious, full of flavour. Okay, so that now needs to go through a muslin cloth. Could use a tea towel if you want. Trick is to make it wet beforehand. If you don't, it will absorb all the liquid and hold on to it. So you're going to get basically a lovely clear water comes through there that's super flavourful. Just pop that in there like so. Leave it for about half an hour now and it'll drip through nicely, and we'll have a lovely clear water to make the most amazing and fresh dressing. Okay, our lobsters have cooled down now. I can reach in and take out the lobsters, just about. Take those out. It's a very simple way of cooking them. Just dropping them into that water, leave it to cool down. The claws, I'm going to use those claws. I'm going to make a really lovely prawn cocktail, but with lobster instead. It's going to be really beautiful. But that's for another day. I should do a prawn cocktail on here actually. I think it's a brilliant dish that should be done. Should we do a prawn cocktail? I'd love to. You'd love to. Sam would love to. So there we go. Right, let's lose the string. We don't need that. Open these lobsters. Very simple the way to do it. Just push them together. You hear it crack like that, and you can pull it apart the other way. Quite like the lobsters just a little bit warm as well when we plate this dish. You can just lift it out room temperature. If I can, I won't put that lobster in the fridge. That's what I quite like. It's just to have the lobster at a lovely ambient temperature, kind of cook the lobsters and then make the salad. I think the net result of that is just so much nicer with the cold tomatoes, the vibrant dressing, and the sweetness of the melon and that lovely lobster. So there we go, that's the lobster ready. I'll keep these shells, again they'll go into the bisque and I'll use that to make a bisque or an oil. Okay, so a little recap here. We've got our lovely cooked lobster. We've got our melons, these Charentais melon that are super sweet, been compressed. We've got some elderflower to garnish. We've got our tomatoes that are the kind of key part to this whole dish. And then we've got that water, which is a melon and tomato water as well. So we're kind of ready to plate really. It's just a case of bringing these things together elegantly. Just tend to cut them into really nice generous sized pieces like so. Pop them there. This one I'm going to cut slightly differently. So we've got two different shapes of the lobster. So this is that melon and tomato water under here. Should be nice and clear. There we go. So the dressing is basically this. Some of this tomato water. olive oil. A little splash of elderflower vinegar, just to pep it up. And then a tiny bit more salt. And that's our dressing. Wow, that's incredible. Okay, so we take this dressing and then let's put into here all the things that are going to go on this dish. Doesn't matter if there's one or two extra. In goes the melon, and we're going to choose a few pieces of beautiful lobster to go in there as well. And we're just going to pick a little bit of this elderflower into that as well. And that way everything's kind of coated and it's glazed nicely and it's ready to plate. That's it, then we just go onto the plate. Try and make it feel as natural as possible. There's no right or wrong way to do it. It just needs to look really vibrant. Let every piece sing. Let it make it feel as natural as it can when it's on the plate. That's kind of it. I'd like to have that one as a green one. There we go. Pretty happy with that. Now, we'll just take this lovely dressing. Plenty of that on there. And we're just going to finish that with a bit of pink elderflower, which my lovely son picked for me on the way to work this morning. And then we're going to finish it with a little bit of fig leaf oil, and this is really adding that grassy note to it, giving it that floral feeling, continuing the elderflower notes as well. And that for me is just a really handsome plate of food. You got served that anywhere, you'd feel pretty chuffed with yourself, wouldn't you? Probably a little fleck of salt. Fleck of salt just to bring up the tomatoes and get that initial hit of salt when you eat it and really feel it, but that just looks generous. Looks like summer. It's a great recipe. I hope you enjoy it. Make it as a family platter. Use prawns, doesn't matter, use crab, but the melon, the tomato and that little water thing is a really clever thing. You should do that. Hope you enjoy. Happy cooking.